Good morning, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. Sorry, I'm like 2 minutes late. I'm 2 minutes late. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hi. Happy Friday. I'm just checking to see who of you are joining and just coming into class in our little chat. Remember that when you pop on, the chat is sort of hidden. It's that blue little tab on the right side. So you guys pop in there and say hello to me if you ever have any questions. I usually try and write something ahead of time just telling you hi and welcome to class. So anyways, it's Christy from Gone Adventuring if you haven't joined before, and we are about to do our Reformer HIIT circuit class. It's a 30-minute class this morning. I am thrilled to be moving with you, and it is warm here today, so I'm already warm before starting. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to be super glowy afterwards. All right, the one thing that you might enjoy having today is a weight. So if you don't have a weight, you could use like a can of food or soup or a water bottle, but it is also optional. So if you don't have it, it's not going to be like a huge miss. It will just be a nice little extra for just a couple things that we're going to do in the beginning. And I actually I've got my little, what do I have here? I've got a little like 3-pound weight here, and then I have a much bigger 10-pound weight here, because I think for some things I might want the lighter and some things I might want the heavier. I actually, oddly enough, don't have something that's in between the two, which would be great. That would be ideal. Okay, I feel like, I'm just looking at the picture over there, I feel like my head is cut off when I'm like this close to you. I was kind of trying to get my reformer back in a way where you could see all of me. All right, you guys, I am going to set our timer. Make sure you have a bottle of water to drink, not just for your weight, near you today. And I'm just going to check on you over here in the chat for a second. Make sure we're all here and we're all ready to go. And then we will get going. All right. Okay, here we are. All right, you guys. Oh no, you know what? I just noticed my little picture wasn't actually accurate, so I don't think my head was really cut off. So I can move this back a little bit. All right, you guys, this is our setup. We actually do not need our foot bar up, so go ahead and put it down. The next thing is, let's start with one blue spring. So I was on a yellow. I'm going to change it to one blue spring. And we're going to come and stand on the side of the reformer. We're going to repeat some things we did a couple Fridays ago. So if you had done this with me a couple Fridays ago, you might recognize some things. Here's where you can grab that weight. I'm going to choose to grab my heavier weight for this. So you've got the strap in your left hand. Your legs are very wide. You're standing much wider than your shoulders. Toes are turned out. We're going to start with our arms sort of open and then close in front. So kind of like you're closing around a large beach ball as we squat down and lift up. There we go. I have to look at our time. I'm going to try and keep us on about 40 seconds of each move here before we transition to the next repetition or the next exercise. That's it. You want to make sure that you're sitting your hips here underneath your shoulders, so you're not sticking them back. You're sliding them down. So if my back was against the wall behind me, I'm just sliding it straight down and back up again. And here's where I'm thinking, oh, like I'd like to put this weight down and I would like to pick up that much smaller weight. All right. We've got 4 more seconds on this one. And 2. Last one. That's it. All right, I'm going to do that. This arm goes up. Now, we're going to step closer to our risers, and we're going to do a little trial here together. We're going to lower this arm out to the right as we swivel our feet, and then we punch forward as we lunge down. So when I had done this last, I did it on a blue. I'm going to switch to a yellow real quick because I just like that I can get more range into that punch. Okay, so here we go. We start standing straight. Don't squat down like I just did. Arm goes out. Swivel the feet. Lunge down as you punch out. And then twist back up to face center. Here we go. We take it for 40 seconds like this. You can go at a different rhythm than me. You can go with me, okay? You might have like a more slidey floor underneath your feet than I do. I'm kind of picking my back foot up, moving it, and then setting it back down because it's not that slippery underneath me. So that's making it a little bit smoother. My right toes are staying pointing out towards the right, so that foot isn't moving quite as much. Draw your belly in as you twist and lunge down and squeeze that back glute. That's it. Last 5 seconds here. You've got it. Last 1. Whew. Okay. Let's either stay on that yellow or you can add the blue. Remember, if you step closer to your foot bar, you're going to increase your tension. Closer to your risers, you're going to release your tension. Okay, come back into that wide stance. Toes are turning out. We're going to hold our hands together here, clasping them. Keep them right in the center as we squat down and up. Just that. Down and up. Down and up. That's it. Let me check the seconds over there. Good. So I'm already winded, I think, because it's so warm today. We have really beautiful weather, and then all of a sudden yesterday got really hot out of nowhere. So whenever it gets hot out of nowhere, your body's just not used to it. So you're thinking, oh, how am I gonna do? Good. Let's take this for 10 more seconds. Down and up. Really pressing through the heels as you lift up. That's it. Good. Now hold your squat here. We're going to twist to the right, then the left. Twist. So we're twisting through just above the waistband. And by choosing to twist in this squat position, we're sort of pinning the hips still so that they're not moving with us. And we're trying to bring that rotation into our thoracic spine. I looked back and my eyes were like, timer, camera, where am I looking? Good. Pull your core in, belly button to your spine. Keep lifting up through the crown of your head. So you're staying tall here. Good. Last 2 and last 1. Hold your arms right in the center here. Bring your squat lower, lift your heels up, and then put them down. So I know you can't see me on this one, but I'm lifting the heels and lowering them down. Up and down. Up and down. That's it. Articulating through the ankles. Make sure as you do that, you'll sort of move the body forward in space so you stay right on top of yourself. Head over shoulders, shoulders over ribs, and ribs over hips. You've got it. This is our last 10 seconds. Lifting those heels. All right. Last 5. Try not to lift up out of the squat yet. Good. Hold your heels up. We pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up and put your heels down. All right, close your carriage carefully. On this one, I do want you to put on more spring. So let's put on 1 red and 1 green. This is just to try and keep our carriage still. Now, you're going to grab a hold of your heavier weight if you have it. The right foot goes right up onto the carriage, and we're going to step up. Left knee comes to your chest. We twist, and we step it back down. Lift up and twist, and back down. That's it. Good job. You're trying, to stay as balanced and centered as you can. So don't go too fast like I was just doing, so that my body weight went sort of to the outside of my right hip and foot. So I lost my midline on that one. Good. Just watching the time. We have about 12 more seconds here. Really lift up, not forward. Think up, driving down into that right heel. Good. Last one. and bring it down. You can put this weight down. Here, you're going to take those springs off, and let's put on a blue spring, one blue spring. So I'm allowing a lot more spring changes today. Sometimes I like to keep that nice and fluid and not fuss with the springs, but just kind of choosing some spring changes. You're gonna get this strap into your right foot, and your small weight, if you have it, and if you can, goes right behind the knee. So we're just going, whoops, I was gonna say extend back. You're not extending back, you're keeping that knee right bent because you're hanging onto that weight behind you. So find your balance. This is more actually on our standing leg than it is, whoops, on our moving leg. Careful of that strap. Mine was rubbing on the front of my knee, which worked better. Now it wants to flip to the inside. Keep going, guys. I'm gonna check our time here. We'll take it for 20 more seconds. So you don't go that far back, it's small, because you've got that weight. If you don't have the weight, it's gonna look like this. You might go a little bit farther, but you're still pushing through the heel. If you have something like a chair that you wanna hold on to here, notice I have the wall. On the other side, I won't have that. You can do that, okay? Bring it in here. Now, bring the weight into your left hand. Let's see if we can do this together. You're gonna extend the leg straight back as you reach the left arm forward. Here's where you might have wanted a yellow. Okay, so I'm bringing my right hand just on to the top of that shoulder rest to help me with my balance, but I really want most of the work to be in my standing leg. That's it. You can lever farther over with your torso, even so far as parallel to the floor. If you have the balance, that's it. Take it for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Hope you guys are working as hard as I am. I'm feeling it in that left hip. Are you guys feeling it in that left hip? All right, I'm gonna check our time, and we're gonna do jumping jacks, all right? Just in between our transition to the other side. So we're gonna just jump it out, and let's jump for a minute instead of 40 seconds. So just keeping that heart rate up, and if it wasn't enough, we're gonna try and get it up there a little bit. All right, breathing. Really bring those arms overhead. Bringing the arms overhead is a mood booster. Did you guys know that? It is a mood booster, so why not? It also helps us burn more calories because we really get the heart working and involved by bringing those arms up overhead. Last 10 seconds, or 15 seconds. Light on your feet. Really think of the lift up. That's it. Last 5 and 2 and 1. Whew, walk it out. All right. Let's see. We are going to go back down to that yellow spring. So go ahead and reach down. Take a sip of water if you need it. We're going to have a little 20-second break here as we walk around to the other side. And I'm going to move my reformer so you guys can see me. My legs a little bit better on this side. Okay. Find your breath. Recenter. So I'm going to be on my back to you. But we've got the strap that's closest to us in our right hand. Weight, if you have it, is in your left hand. Really wide straddle with your toes turned out. Here we go. We squat and lift. We're hugging around that imaginary beach ball. Don't worry, I'm keeping track of the time. I just looked back to see what time it is. Watching those seconds. That's it. Good. Just sliding those hips straight down underneath you. Sit bones reaching towards the floor. Wonderful. We've got 10 more seconds. Let's see. Good. All right. Now, let's keep that yellow. Weight goes straight up over your head. You might walk slightly back towards your riser. Here we are. We're going to reach the arm down as we twist, lunge, and punch, and then come back to center. We reach the arm down as we twist, lunge, and punch, and come back to center. That's it. You guys got it. So pick your foot up and move it if you need to. Swivel it, slide it if your floor lets you. Good. Really sink that back knee down as you turn and twist. Whew. Breathing. Couple more here. Squeezing that back glute. Last one. Beautiful. Now bring that weight in front of you. Hands are right in front of your sternum. We come back into the squat and we twist to right to left. Keeping those hips still. You've got it. That's it. You guys, I wish you could see this. I've got my cat, Cashew, who is an indoor cat, so he's not really allowed outside. It's just we've got coyotes and cars, and so we put him on a leash, and he wanted to come out. So he's down there in the garden, and I can see him getting himself all wound up with his leash. And I'm thinking, oh dear, I'm gonna have to go rescue him. All right, hold those arms just right in center, and we're gonna go down and up. That's it. A little lower and lower. We can come all the way up. I'm having a brain fade if we did this on the other side, if we went straight to heel raises. Let's take this for 20. Squeeze the glutes at the top. You've got it. Just holding that strap and those hands right in front of the center of you. So not letting it pull you towards the risers. That's it. Good. Taking the time. Let's go for 5 more seconds like this. And then we take it into our heel raises. Lunge it down or squat it down. Heels go up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Really articulate through the ankle. Try not to lift your hips as you lift the heels. So keep the hips where they are in space. If they move anywhere, they can go farther down, but not farther up. Good. Try not to thrust your chest or your rib cage forward. So remember, head on top of shoulders, shoulders over ribs, and ribs are over hips. Everything's nicely stacked. So if it was books on a bookcase, nothing's levering over another book precariously. That's it. Last 5 seconds. On this one, hold the heels up, pulse down for 10, 9, sink it down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Beautiful. Turn towards your risers and hang this strap up. Here's where I want you to put on some more springs so that you make sure that carriage doesn't move around on you. So I'm going to put on 1 green and 1 red. I'm going to opt for my heavier weight here. And we're going to bring the left foot this time on top of our carriage. Here we go. We're going to lift up. Knee comes to the chest as we twist towards the knee that comes up. Out of focus here. Instead of focus on my words, focus on the movement. Lifting up, not forward. Let me check the time. That's it. Good. Nice controlled movement. Really stay centered down your midline. So that means you can feel your big toe and the pad of your big toe pressing down the whole time. It doesn't lift off. Left knee keeps facing forward and it's not wiggling from left to right. That's it. Nice and tall torso. Keep going. This is your last 5 seconds. One more. And step it down. Good job, you guys. All right, that heavy weight, we can probably tuck it away underneath the reformer. Take off your heavy springs. Leave yourself with one blue spring or one yellow only. So not blue and yellow, one blue or one yellow, whatever you did on the other side. And you're gonna bring your left foot into that loop. You can stand down onto the floor first. You're gonna bring the weight behind your knee. Go ahead and really grab a hold of it. Hands can come onto the hips. If you need to bring a finger hold down onto the top of that shoulder rest, that can kind of help you find your balance, keep your bearings. See if you can keep this strap rubbing on the front of your kneecap. Oops, instead of flipping to the outside or inside of your leg. I find that that kind of helps my balance and also helps me keep a hold of the weight back there. Woo. Once it starts leaving the kneecap, I kind of lose it. If you do not have the weight, you keep that knee in a 90-degree bend and you're pushing back and up through the heel. That's it. Make sure the movement is coming from your leg and not, or your glute, I should say, not your hands, pressing the carriage open like I have my fingertips here on the shoulder rest. All right, bring the weight into your right hand, and here we go. We're gonna lean it forward again. Whoa, find your balance and straighten back and out, or back and forward, I should say. That's it. Belly in. I am not able to do this without taking my fingertips off that shoulder rest. If you guys are, bravo. I applaud you. That is awesome. That's my goal. We all have stuff to work on, right? All right, let's take it for 5 more, and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. Come in carefully, grab a hold of the strap, and then go ahead and hang it up. All right, you guys, take a little breath, bring yourself upright. You can tuck this weight underneath as well. I'm not sure if we'll use it again. And we're going to do some jumping jacks. All right, so I'm gonna give us a little 10-second breather. We'll do jumping jacks for a minute, take a water break, and then we'll come on to the carriage. Ready, set, go. Good. Arms all the way up, overhead. Oh, I am more than glowing. I'm dripping. Oh, I need a fan. All right. You've got it. Think energy up and out. Light on your feet. Rebounding. Breathing. Smile, it makes it easier. Makes it all better. If ever this is too much on your shoulders, you can bring elbows in and reach up. Because I know some of us have shoulder issues, and with the arms fully extended, sometimes that lever is just too much. So you can go here, but you can still reach or reach out if you don't have the up range. All right, last one. Whew. Walk it out, you guys. I'm gonna walk around my reformer to walk it out just a little bit. Take a sip of water here. I know I don't usually have us take water breaks, but I am telling you right now, take a water break. And let's see. We are going to put one red spring onto the carriage for the next thing that we do. So if you're walking around, keep your body moving. You can go ahead and take that blue or yellow spring off and put one red spring on. I'm gonna grab my little timer guy here so that I can keep us on track. Okay, that was a good break. Now, I want you to come with your hands and knees onto the carriage. Your hands are actually going to go down onto the carriage, not up on top of the shoulder rests. Spread your fingers nice and wide. You always want your middle finger to be facing forward. It's just best for the alignment of your bones and your wrists, okay? Place your feet to the inside and on top of that frame and platform behind you. And you want your knees to fall right underneath your hips, so that will give you the placement of your feet. We won't have our feet together here. All right, here we go. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, hover your knees up. Cinch in all the way around your waist. And we're going to press it out and in, just straightening the legs and bending into the legs. Just the legs for right now. Keep those hands right underneath the shoulders. That's it. Really pull the belly in and up. Good. Last 10 seconds here, like this, and then we'll hold it out in our plank position. All right, here we go. We hold our plank here. Now the arms go forward and back under the chest. Forward and back under. Forward and back under. You really want to pull that belly in as the arms go forward. Forward and back under. One more time. Forward and back under. Now as they go forward, come down onto the elbows and then lift up as you pull in. Forward, sink to the elbows, and then lift up as you pull in. You only have 10 more seconds of that. So give it all you got. You can stay on your elbows and push out and in if you prefer. Last one here. And bring your knees all the way down to the carriage. Beautifully done. All right, now both hands go on either side of your shoulder rest. Bring your left knee over right behind this shoulder rest, and your right foot is going to step way out there, and you're going to push open the carriage, come into a lunge. Here we go. Take an inhale here. Exhale, pike your hips up, draw your knee to your chest, and then come back into this lunge, opening the chest and heart up. Head down, hips up, and then come all the way back. Now, if you want to make this harder for your core, when you come in here, put your foot down and pop a blue spring on. Take your red spring off. It's going to make it harder to pull your carriage in. Okay? Just want to give you options. If you need more assist at pulling your carriage in, add a yellow spring to this red spring, and it's going to help you get those hips up and pull your carriage in. One more time. Come all the way in and bring the knees back onto the carriage. Take a little breath here. I'm going to take a breath. And we're going to come down onto our elbows. All right. I'm going to take a little 10 seconds. As soon as I see that on the clock, we're coming onto our elbows. We're going to work through some hip dips in plank to get into our obliques. All right. Elbows behind your shoulder rest. One fist in your hand, and we push it out to a plank and dip the hips from left to right. Now the feet are a little closer together, swiveling behind you so you can dip those hips. As you pull up and through center, you're cinching around that waistband. So don't let your abs dome towards the floor or pooch out, whatever word kind of works and speaks to you. All the same thing. Pull them up and in. You've got it. This is the last 10 seconds here. Last 5. We're together in this. We can do this together. It's always stronger that way. All right, bend. Knees go down. Good job, you guys. Go ahead and bring your hands over by either side of your left shoulder rest. Your right knee comes behind this shoulder rest. You're going to step that left foot way out. Make sure nothing is in your way. Bringing the heart up. Nice big lunge here. And here we go. Head down, hips up, knee comes in. You can think of it as like a flamingo. The bird, right? I always say flamenco. That would be the dance. I think this probably mimics better the little pink bird. All right. Check where we are in time. You guys are doing great. We are almost done. We're gonna have some abs after this. Make sure you step this left foot all the way forward, forward, forward. Really drop the hips and lift the chest before you lift back up again. Last 10 seconds here. Give it all you got. Last one. Bring your knees down and go ahead and sit down, bringing your legs forward. All right, take a breath, grab some water, and I am going to put on one blue spring. Ooh, got little bugs flying around. Okay, so one blue spring. Take your red spring off. There we go. Leave your foot bar down. We're not using it at all today. And then you're going to face your risers. You're going to come scooch really close up to your shoulder rest so the backs of my legs are in contact with my shoulder rest. Sorry guys, I'm all panty and out of breath. All right, we are literally in the home run. So we're going to do some abs. We'll go over by a few minutes to get those in, and then I will release you to have a beautiful weekend, right? Okay, let's go ahead and grab a hold of those straps. You're going to roll down. I'm going to just move this little box so I can come down onto my back. And you're all the way down onto your back here, but your head, neck, and shoulders stay forward. You're going to, let me think here what I want us to do. All right, so lift your legs up to a tabletop. Palms are facing you. You're going to biceps curl in and reach. Just that. Nice and easy right now, okay? So let's just find that first. Find your breath. Now let's bring in a little bit of coordination. So let's tip the right toes down, back up. Left toes down, back up. Try and just coordinate those movements. Maybe you pause through center so you don't get all mixed up there. Okay? Now, if you find that you need a little more tension, you're more than welcome to simply choke up on your straps. Okay? Just grab higher and then keep going. Okay? Now I want you to start to tip that tail underneath you, and you're going to start to roll it up. Legs are mostly still doing the same thing. Biceps curls are still happening, and now we're going to roll it down. With control. Good job. How'd you guys do on that? Let's try it again. Ready? Rolling up. You might not pull the straps so close to you because that tension actually helps you roll up. Let's send the legs out instead of down. And let's come into a row with the elbows pulling back. This is a light spring, so as you pull back, you're going to feel like you have no spring. Again, you can